I once heard it said that you might be afraid of the dark, but the dark is not afraid of you. Those who rule the plains during the day, hunting without hesitation under the bright sun, find themselves at odds once the light begins to fade. As the moon rises, the tables begin to turn. Fear the darkness. Fear what the night brings. If you don't, you may soon find that you can no longer trust your eyes. It has not been long since I last played Dilo. Just a few weeks, when the hallucinations had supposedly been fixed on Horde test, just to break during the one patch I decided to try. Well, within days of that experience, Dilo was fixed on the main branch. And of course, that meant I needed to give him another go. And so I spawned in and began my journey to see if my beautifully ugly best boy was actually back in action. I had killed a deer and was moving back and forth between the carcass and the gastrolith area. A simple life, but an effective way to begin to grow. Until the Carno attacked. Not all Carnos are created equal, and this one quickly lost sight of me in the grass clumps. He ran further down, then made one last-ditch effort, hoping to hit me with a random charge. When he missed, he decided I wasn't worth the effort, and I slipped away and left the area entirely. West Rail, here we come. My goal was to continue draining my stomach in order to continue to max out my diets as quickly as possible. After grabbing a gastrolith beside the pond, though, I glanced over my shoulder to spot a Herrera running after me. He gave up quickly, but I wanted his organs. It was a close face tank. I was injured, but I was alive. With food in my belly, I began to explore the area and check out other nearby sources of food. The first one I found didn't have any organs remaining. Not the worst. It still gave one diet, but I could smell another nearby that definitely had more to it than just the flesh. Perfect. Adult Serato. I pulled out a lung. Not what I hoped for. Only to hear stomps running my way. Carnos. That's 2 Carnos. I'm so dead. I'm gonna die. They'll kill me on one charge. Nope, I'm gonna die. Ugh. Ugh. This is so ridiculous. Ah! Oh, he hit me! Lose me, please! This is so stressful! Go eat the Serato! Leave me alone! It has organs and everything! I'm just a baby! I got away, barely, and decided quickly that once again I was not in a safe place to grow. No. On to Highlands, and ideally to join up with Farmer so that I wasn't trying to go it alone. He was coming from northeast, passing through the Highland tunnel, when I spotted the juvenile Maya. Now there's something you don't see every day. Well, maybe you do, but not something I see often. Especially not one at a size that I could hunt as a baby. I was still injured, but this was an opportunity too good to pass up. It took him a minute to figure out his attacks, but that wasn't enough. He called out for help, and a second Maya his same size appeared. Almost a problem for me. Except that Farmer arrived moments later.
Inbound.
Buddy's on my butt.
I'm towards that.
I can't, I don't want to
There's a... Okay, I'm here.
The one that one's the one I've been fighting.
Okay.
Nice.
My initial target dropped, and I took what I needed before running after Farmer, and the other Maya he was now fighting near the path to West Rail.
Oh, I hear you. Surprised we haven't killed each other yet. Oh, I did fight you there. Nice.
Sorry. Very nice.
That Maya dropped too. Now we both had all the organs we needed to really get some good growth going. In need of water after our hunt, and getting close to time for me to log out for the day, we headed for water access. That was by far the safest drinking in the area, and after such an eventful life so far, I had no intention of risking it on being grabbed by a dino. As we made our way around Highland Lake, though, I spotted a Carno ahead. Well, well, well. It was turning night. We were both still injured. This wasn't the best idea. But what the heck? It had been a fortunate day so far. Might as well. He absolutely panicked. We were faster than him, and his fear drove him straight into the lake. Well, that's no fun. We waited, sending clones. They didn't seem to be hitting him though, and that got annoying fast. Dinos are a myth. This Carno was going to die whether the clones worked or not. The next day, we logged into a thunderstorm. Loud as can be, yes, but also, as we approached the lake, I spotted something. Land Dino. After bothering him and sending him back into the depths where he belongs, we traveled onward toward West Rail. While stalking a pair of Seratos that appeared to be in a canny fight, an adult Carno came charging through the trees, targeting Farmer. I rushed in to help, getting a bite on the Carno before he took flight. Literally. A broken-legged Carno is a dead Carno as far as I'm concerned. We opened him up quickly. The Seratos had to have heard the Carno die.
I open it up. I'll watch.
Don't want the stomach. No, don't sit, you dummy. Grab the intestines and a lung.
I got the heart. I got the heart.
Alright, I'm gonna take him over here.
Sarah's coming in. Sarah's coming
Yep.
in. Just get out of here.
Yep.
We each snatched an organ just as they came rushing down the hill toward us. It was too late, though. We had organs. We would be just fine. Sometime later, we decided to move to West Access. Another group of Dilos had taken up residence at West Rail, and we didn't want to overpopulate the area. Of course, Herrera's had laid claim to a large section of the area around the pond here, and Farmer had broken his leg chasing one. As he sat healing the fracture, trying to avoid being close enough to the trees to be jumped, I grabbed him a baby boar so that he could eat without having to move around much. Then, as I headed in his direction, that was when the Carno jumped me. Oh no, I wasn't going to leave this thing to my injured companion. Leaving Farmer's defense to the juveniles we'd picked up along the way, I flipped the tables on the Carno, sending him squarely from being the hunter to being the hunted. Well, this would be perfect, both to help raise the juvies we'd collected, and for Farmer's continued healing. Our existence in West Access had been quite profitable. With Farmer fully healed now and the juvies growing nicely, we were simply enjoying life, hunting AI to strengthen the pack, and picking on any Herreras that dared to touch the ground. It was night, the perfect time for Dilos to hunt. Which is why the Carno attack took us by surprise.
There's two!
Who?
Second one.
See, here's the conclusion I've come to after playing Dilo previously with clones that were clearly broken, versus playing it now with clones that work. The biggest thing that tips the balance in a fight where Dilos are attempting to do the damage themselves, rather than just standing back sending clones to kill the target, is the fear. When fear is introduced into a fight, they stop thinking, running wildly from the clones, not paying attention to the real Dilos that are cutting across their path to bite them. While I don't enjoy that the clones themselves do so much damage, the results of their existence are clear. If the players should be the ones doing the damage, but the clones have to be scary to throw their targets into a tailspin, then why not make the damage the clones do also part of the hallucination? Make the target cry out in pain. Make the blood screens darken with each hit. Mess with the character menu a little bit to make their health unclear. Upgrade the AI of the clones so they're less obviously fake. And suddenly you've got a very confused and scared target that has no idea how injured they actually are until either they die to the real Dilos biting them, or they drop back into the second Venom stage and everything health-wise clears back up. Just a thought. I explain it a bit more clearly in a feedback suggestion I posted. You can check that out in the description of the video. Anyway, with the Carnos down, we took a nice siesta throughout the day. It was a time of plenty. All was well. The next day, we were back down to simply 2 of us. Hunger had set in and we needed to hunt. Unfortunately, the options were not ideal. 3 Carnos of various sizes. It may have been nighttime, but the odds were not in our favor. A sudden raptor didn't help those odds either.
Raptor,
Yep. He's on me.
you good?
Not
Carno,
if the Carnos
inbound?
get me. Ow. Ow.
Careful, careful, careful. Careful, careful, careful. I got clones on 2 of them.
Yep. Hide in the get into the trees. We're gonna get ourselves killed.
With all 3 Carnos envenomated, we backed off, and they retreated into the pond to try and avoid the clones. Neither of us was doing very well health-wise, and I rushed out toward the nearest corpse I could smell to try and heal. That was a mistake. There at the corpse was another Carno. No. I turned back toward Farmer. Back at the pond, one of the Carnos was dead, and the other 2 were on the verge. But now the others from the field had arrived. Though 2 of our original targets had dropped, there was no way we were going to be able to eat them now. It was too dangerous.
Do not die. I got them all envenomated.
They are
So there's
right
one
next
dead.
to me. Holy crap! There's 3 more.
3 more Carnos?
Yes. They are right next to me.
Oh,
Thankfully, I am no longer bleeding, but they're right next to me.
still laughing at him.
He's sitting on the log in the water. Looks like 2 are dead.
We retreated. AI was plentiful. We'd be okay. After looping through West Access and up into Highlands, we found ourselves moving through the passage to Highland Lake. Inside, we spotted something odd. A dead deer. And a dead, untouched Herrera. There were a few options. The Herrera had jumped the deer, but done so from too high and died. It had jumped a herbivore that was too big and been punted. Or there was a canny Herrera on the rocks above. Ouch. I moved quickly under an overhanging rock, and Farmer guarded me while my bleed healed. Running from a Herrera after a jump is akin to death. For most small animals, Herrera bleed is simply too much. The instant my bleed started to heal, we moved onward. There was nothing for us here. Or so we thought. There on the dam, a group of young Seratos stood. I don't know about you, but inciting chaos is my favorite game. I ran into the middle of them, biting. 2 went one direction, and the other 2 attempted to fight back. They were unsuccessful. Now, however, I was bleeding again, and the Herrera from the passage had seen the chaos and decided to be a little rascal.
Where did this one drop? Herrera, get out of there. Get out of there, get out of there. Herrera's gonna steal the kills.
My bleed was too low, and the trees were too tall. We wouldn't be eating these kills either. Water and a few deer and boars later, we decided to go check out Northeast Lake. I very seldom spend time up there, but I'd heard it was slowly becoming a nice little hotspot for herbivores. And we did find some, just not in the way we hoped.
I think there might be no, that's a Maya. No, I'm confused. There's definite mixed packing going on there though. 2 Serratos,
Okay,
2 Packies. Dangerous.
Mix packers. And a nasty combination at that. 2 Packies, 2 Serratos. All deadly. The smart thing to do would have been to walk away. 1 leg break meant instant death against a group like this. Packy in a mixed pack or mixed herd is absolutely my least favorite thing. But no one ever said we make smart choices. The idea was simple. Take out the Packies with venom, then we could handle the Serratos more safely.
This is spooky.
Yeah, this is real scary. Watch out for the Serratos, they're coming over the hill.
Packy's on me.
Yep, one's on me as well.
We have gotten them quite a ways from the...
Fight him. Perfect.
Missed! Oh, I got him! Got him! Got him! Got him! Get out of there!
Laugh him.
I am. Out of there.
Best laid plans, though, don't always go the way we hoped. The first sign of trouble was when the hallucinations didn't appear to be working. Despite sending many, the venomed Packy seemed completely unbothered and certainly wasn't taking damage. Shoot.
Come towards me. Come towards me. We got stars on me.
Yep. Serratos between us. Through.
Be very careful. Be very
Good.
careful.
I'm good.
Alright, we needed a new plan. My stamina was already lower than I wanted it to be, so Farmer ran interference so I could back off and regain. Swapping out like this would allow us to keep our stamina high, while letting the mix packers waste theirs. They backed off to regroup, and we did the same. This was not feeling worth it. Without our clones, we were at an even more severe disadvantage. But we were annoyed now. And they apparently were very happy to fall for us 3-call baiting them back off the rocks.
Mm-hmm. You're scared.
He's not venomed anymore. That's the only reason he's off the rock.
Stars inbound.
Yep. See if we can lure them out of here. 1 Sarah, both Packies. That's right, waste your stam. Do it.
Another Dilo in the area got caught in the crossfire as we lured the group away from the lake in hopes of getting our clones to work. And in the moment of his death, I got venom on one of the Serratos. Okay, now we're cooking with gas. With the group on Farmer's tail, I trotted along behind, looking for opportunities to attack the venomed Serrato again. If clones weren't working, at least I could attempt to bite fight him should he get left behind. And left behind he was. Left behind and scared.
Okay, follow me, boys.
Got the one that's venom on me.
Okay.
Are the others still on you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Not anymore.
They're coming to...
Not anymore. Get off of there. Oh, you're out of stam, are you?
Fighting him?
I'm going to.
As their Trudon attempted to distract me, he took off in the direction his friend had gone. The darkness from the venom, plus his fearful fleeing, resulted in him taking flight.
Please tell me your leg is not broken. Oh! He just jumped off a cliff and died.
One down. Farmer was fighting the Packies, and the second Serato was out of stamina on the mountain. I got greedy. It was stupid of me. Don't face take a Serato. Just don't.
I gotta heal. Do not die.
I'm trying not to. Oh, okay, I gotta run. I gotta run.
I backed off. We'd try again. Except, when I looped around to Gastro heal, I found the Serato using the body of his buddy to do so himself. Gosh darn it. And then the True was after me. I needed to back off or I would die. Thankfully, Dusty Peanut jumped to my aid, chasing the True so I could back off, get salt, and heal my bleed. We didn't manage to take down the Packies, despite it all, as our clones simply chose not to spawn in the area. And ultimately, we took the one Serato's death as our victory. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and comment your thoughts below. If you're new here or haven't already, please consider subscribing for more content like this. Thanks, and I'll see you again soon.